I'm not getting paid enough to do this.
It seems like more and more nowadays, people are just focused on doing the bare minimum. They'll show up, they'll check their boxes, and call it a day. But the truth is, doing the minimum only gets you minimal results. If you want to stand out or move up, build something meaningful, it takes extra effort. But trust me, that extra effort you put in now is well worth it in the future.
Today I did the drywall around the skylights. Now you can see around, I didn't do any of this drywall. They were here Friday and they were here Saturday. Today's Sunday, and we have an inspection tomorrow, which is Monday. And to get this inspection, I want to have all these done, but when they were trying to figure out how to get this drywall up here and if they needed to shim it or move it around, they just decided not to do it. And I figured I don't want to have to lose another day, so I came here on a Sunday, went ahead and drywalled all these. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, I had to add 2 shims here, but me and my other employee, we spent like 4 hours shimming this whole thing when we did the framing. And it was pretty much perfect. What happened was the guys went up on a ladder at this one part, and they were like, oh, it's not going to work. And most of the time they can't think on their feet, so they're like, well, we can't do it. I got call after call from my project manager, and he was like, I don't know what to do. And I said, well, if they're not willing to do it, or at least try, just leave it. I'll be there tomorrow. Sometimes these things happen. I mean, I can't redo all of my subs' work, but it's one of the things when you're in construction that you have to kind of accept. Now, nobody really wants to help each other out. The majority of the time they don't charge enough, so they can't really spend extra time doing, shimming out the drywall to make sure it lines up with the edges of my skylight. So, it's not a big deal. I got to do what I got to do. It's my job. But every once in a while, it'd be nice if I could see a little bit of initiative. But it's hard. The employees that work for these companies, they're getting paid an hourly rate. They're coming in here working hard. They're doing their best to show up every day. And unfortunately, it's a really tough job to do. And so, yeah, when things don't work out perfectly, they're like, screw this. I'm not getting paid enough to do this. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. I'm not getting paid enough to do this. Well, maybe if you did things like this, then you could be able to ask for a raise or go to a company that sees that you're doing things that you're not getting paid to do. Anywho, enough of my babbling. So I got all the skylights framed out a long time ago. Now I went ahead and put all of my drywall up in there. And you know how it gets with mudding and sanding. So I went ahead and did some plastic and blue tape. So here's something that I wanted to point out. It took me a lot of work to get everything lined up like this, but when you're in the living room, I want you to be able to sight that. So we set the framing perfectly so all of these guys line up. And now, since the drywall's done, I actually snapped a line. You see this red line here? So I used my chalk line and I snapped a line. And I wrote on there, corner bead. And the reason I do this is because I want them, if I'm not here, there's no questions. They know exactly where I want this corner bead line to go. Because imagine you're in this room here. Oh, wow, look at the beautiful skylights, except wonky, 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 wonky. Nobody wants to see wonky skylights. Okay? So these little things that I do, it's a pain in the ass, and I do this every single job, every single day. People wonder, why are you so stressed about these little things? And I'll tell you why. Because in the end, I'm going to have a perfect project. And I don't have to hear it from the homeowner. Because when we finish, sure, I'd like to have my work beautiful. That's fine. That's me. I like to have things lined up, square, level, plumb. You know how it goes. But I also don't want to get a call going, hey, the skylights don't line up. Oh, no, they don't? Yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about it now, but just letting you know, I'm not too happy about it. I don't want to get that call. I want to get the call and they say, hey, I just realized that all the skylights line up perfectly. You did such a great job. Thanks again for all your hard work. That's the call that I want to hear. So yeah, I'm going to have to work on Sunday. I'm going to have to do extra work. I'm going to have to spend late nights making sure that every little detail is perfect. But I mean, I get a great end result and I'm happy with it. And I'm telling you, if I'm happy with something, the homeowner's happy, the subcontractors are happy, the painters are happy, everybody's happy because I have high standards. So if you want to get into this business or if you're already in this business, go up a tier. Be high quality, high end, good finisher. Think about the other person who's going to come in after you, and you will be successful. And honestly, you'll have great work and you'll be able to showcase it. I mean, that's it, really. I could go on, but I'll let you guys go. It's Sunday. Thanks for following along the build. So I'll write drywall on the framing, and then I'll write drywall here. Anywhere I want drywall, I'll write it. It's pretty simple. I mean, look at this. So medicine cabinet. They didn't open it up. I wasn't here for installation or drywall. My project manager was watching everyone, and he did a great job, but we just missed a couple things because when they insulated the openings. And if a drywall guy sees an insulated opening, they're going to put the drywall up and not think it's a medicine cabinet. So I just wrote on there medicine, so they'll cut it open. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. This is exciting. I feel like this is a YouTube journey. And maybe I'm not going to be so picky about editing every little detail. Maybe I'll sit here and talk to the camera and get to know you, and you can get to know me, and maybe this might actually end up being something. Because I enjoy teaching and I enjoy showcasing my work. And if there's one thing that anybody can learn from any of this, I don't know, that makes me happy. See ya.